Now we are doing the core content writing of our book. So we're actually getting into the meat and potatoes of our book. And on our 30-day schedule, this is day 3 through 16. So we have 2 weeks now. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the core content on each chapter individually. So you're going to decide which chapters you are going to do first. It does not have to be the right order. It does not have to be chapter 1, 2, 3. You can pick whatever chapter you desire, and I would go for the ones that you are most interested and excited and feel like you have the most to write in them. It doesn't matter that we do them all individually. At the end we will tie them in together. So each day you're going to have enough time to do probably between 1 chapter or 2 or 3 chapters. So split your number of chapters. So if you've got 2 weeks and you've got 14 chapters, you can do 1 a day, but maybe you'll have more chapters than that, and some days you're going to have to do 2 or even 3 chapters. Okay, it's important that you finish that chapter, and the editing that I'm going to talk about, the rough editing of that chapter. Don't start a chapter unless you're sure you can finish it. Okay, so for each chapter we're going to do this core content writing. So this is where you need to really get yourself in the zone. So whatever that takes. We talked about creating a writing habit, having your writing space, finding your comfortable place. Perhaps you do a meditation to start with. Perhaps you've got your own kind of like setup where you have to make breakfast, you have to make your snacks, you have to get comfy, you have to answer your email first or walk the dog first or whatever it is. This is the time where you're going to now slot out a good chunk of time. I think it's great if you can have a few hours where you say, okay, I'm just going to do this, I'm not going to be disturbed, I'm going to turn off my phone. Okay, and we are going to do the core content writing for the first chapter or 1 chapter that you've chosen, and the rough editing for that chapter. And then if we have time, we're going to do another one. As long as we can finish it, we're going to start another one. Okay, so for your chapter that you've decided to do, here's how you're going to write your core content. You can record it if you like. Have a practice at doing this. Google Docs has a great recording program. You just go to Google Docs and you'll see a little tab for voice recording. You can practice with that to see and get comfortable with that. There is other programs. Dragon Naturally is a great program. It is a fee, I think about $700, but that is a really great program, and it does learn your accent and it learns your voice, and so over time that's going to be great. So if you're going to be doing a lot of that you might want to invest in that. But Google Docs is pretty good, pretty adequate to do voice recording, or you can type. So the most important thing is we are going to just speed write, and I mean this, I mean as fast as you can go. So if you're speaking, obviously you're going at the pace that you're speaking, but if you're writing or typing, you are going as fast as you can go. You're writing like automatic writing, or you are typing and you just keep going. You're not going to worry about spelling mistakes. You're not going to be worried about, did I phrase that correctly? Is there a better way of saying that? And if you're recording this, you're just going to keep talking. So don't be stopping and saying, yes, I'm not sure that was right. Did that pick it up? Is the program picking up everything I'm saying? You're just going to keep speaking. You're just going to keep speaking and talking, and just you're talking about the chapter. So you've got your Word document, you've got your notes on what you are writing about, and so you've got your bullet points. Maybe you've got 5 or 6 or 10 bullet points, and you can stop to look at the bullet points and see what you're talking about. Once you're talking about something or writing about something, you want to keep that going. This is speed writing. This is as fast as you can go and get it down, and we do not go back. It's really, really important that you don't go back, you don't stop yourself, you don't check your spelling errors, you don't rearrange things. Now, as you're doing this, there are going to be times where you can't remember, you have something you want to write, but you can't remember the name of it, or you know that needs wording differently, there's something missing, but you don't remember it right now. So you don't stop, you insert, if you're typing, insert the letters TK, because TK do not go together normally in an English word. And so at the end, what we're going to do is you're going to do a search for all the TKs. That's when we come to do the editing, and then you can insert what it is that you wanted to say there. When you're speaking, you can try it. If it doesn't work, pick a word that you are not using in your book. So, like the word Fred or the word zoo. As long as you are not using those words in your book, find a word that you're not using in your book that is your space word, so that when you go back and you search for that word, that you can now insert it with whatever you found. On the recording, you're going to have to find a word that it always gets correct and not something that is interpreted wrong. You are going to find when you do the recordings that some of the words are not going to be picked up correctly. And it does do the punctuation for you, but you can say new paragraph and it will start a new paragraph. You'll just have to practice with it and get used to it, and you'll see how it works. But at the end, obviously, if you've done recording, there are going to be words or sentences where it's picked up the incorrect word. Okay, so you've done your core content writing for your chapter, you've gone through each of your bullet points for that chapter, and you've done speed writing. So you should have several pages of writing. Okay, now while it's still fresh in your memory, you're going to do a rough edit, and I mean a real rough edit. So we're not too worried about typos, grammatical errors. Yes, if you see something standing out, you can go ahead and change it, but we're not looking for that, because if you start looking for things, you're changing the flow of your mind. So I should mention it, when you're doing your core writing, you're using your right brain. It's almost automatic. It's almost subconscious writing. You're in that creative flow, and you go, and that's why we don't stop, and that's why we don't check, and that's why we don't edit, because you're in that flow, and we don't want to break that flow. Once you get in that flow, even if you feel like, oh, what I'm writing is